पता नहीं जो थारी राय सो मारी राय think to don't know where to go देखो सुनो मत बोलो wherever whenever whatever you are represent कर्नाटक किसी को आओ मत कहो किसी को जाओ मत ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना who asked you live at zero complaint level मौज में रहो मेरी श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परम ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः There is a situation of 22. There cannot be any option left. When we stand in front of the mirror, whether there will be reflection or no reflection, no option. It is bound to happen. So you can't do anything about it. Then, equally true, there is no option whether we will be identified with the body or not. Everybody, animals, human beings, we are all identified with the body. Till such time this continues, samsara will not end. See, once I was in Delhi, rainy season time, and sitting in a veranda, evening time, it was raining. So, one or two tube lights, because of the rains and evening time, so many insects all around the tube light. So, one small baby lizard came from somewhere for the dinner. So she looked at the food and did the prayers. Om Brahmarpanam Brahmavi Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaivati Brahma Karma Samadhina. So she was going to eat some of the insect. That very time, another Dada lizard came. And Dada lizard, you are eating in my area? And therefore she wanted to attack that baby lizard. So in that fear and hodgepodge, that baby lizard fell down. She fell on my hand. And I also got frightened and I also ran. So from this I have learned. Therefore I told you, learning is the only spiritual practice. The insects were afraid of the baby lizard. Baby lizard was afraid of the Dada lizard. And I was afraid of the baby lizard. See? And all of them have a common factor, body identification. So what to do? It is here our spiritual life begins. So how do we sort out this? So when we look into the mirror, what is our reaction? And when a dog looks at the mirror, what is his reaction? The dog takes the reaction, the reflection to be real, and start fighting. Because Dvitiyat vai bhayam bhavati. Wherever there is a sense of otherness, following things happen. Number one, fear. Number two, desire. Number three, anger. Anger, desire, and greed and fear. So the dog looks at the reflection, takes it to be real, and thereafter he starts fighting, doesn't go. Karma Yoga didn't help. Then he will be doing the Ashtanga Yoga. See? He will be sitting and doing pranayam, meditation, and open eyes. Oh, still there. It is not helpful. There was a dog, and he was given, there are many people crazy about organic things. So he gave this dog the Patanjali biscuits. After he ate the biscuits, he stopped barking and he was always sitting in meditation. What can you do? So the dog tried everything so that the reflection should disappear. Will he ever be successful? We also see, but we are not influenced. So what is the difference? This is the difference. Nashta manoso utkrishta yoginaha krutyamaste kim sasthitim yataha. This is the thing we have to understand. When the mind is destroyed, meaning what? When the mind stops projecting, reacting. And when will the mind stop projecting and reacting? When the mind knows whatever is seen is what is that. If it is taken as real, we will be reacting. If we see that as an appearance without existence, we will not react. Can there be a simple approach to life than this? So, to get out of the impact of these illusions, the only option is recognition of the illusion as an illusion is the only way to get out of the impact of the illusion. Illusion will continue to appear. It won't go away. When we do not know, we think the sky is blue. Then we know, study physics, oh, it is optical illusion. After knowing that it is optical illusion, and again when we look at the sky, will the illusion stop appearing? When I was lying down there, what was going in my mind? I was not sleeping. I was thinking, now this blue color that I am seeing, at what distance the blue color is seen? When you look at the sky, it's blue. From, he is sitting about 8 feet away from me. This I can understand. But at what point the sky or the space starts appearing blue? We must ask this ophthalmologist. See? Therefore, here the teacher says that ekachintanat nashametyadaha. So what is the ekachintan? Anything, any experience where there is operation of sense organs, mind and intellect is an illusion. And the one who is supporting the illusion is not contaminated or influenced by the illusion. And that is what I am. Who am I? This is what I am. The one who is supporting the mind but not getting influenced by the nature of the mind. What is the nature of the mind? Perception and projection. So perception will continue to be, but projection is in our hands. See, my friends. Therefore, we should be very clear again and again. Simply, who am I? I'm Brahmasmi, I'm Brahmasmi, I'm Brahmasmi. But Swamiji, people don't understand that I am Brahman. I am not just telling you imagination. One person told me this somewhere in, I think, West Coast or somewhere. After my satsang in a small way, about 10, 15 people, and we were sitting on the floor only, nothing was there. I said, okay, we'll sit on the floor. And some half an hour or 45 minutes satsang. And then one South Indian. See, when people come to this country, they become more Indian than when they are in India. To be Indian means put on a jabba. So, South Indians, when they come, lungi, on that lungi there is another Angavastra, and thereafter your Janevu, and then all the ornament.com and all the lines, dish antenna, everything. And after that, they will come. So he was like that. Elderly man, the NRI parent brand person. So he said, Swamiji, what you told, I know all that. I am also realized. I am Brahman. But the problem is, Brahman has a problem, you can imagine. It can't be ordinary problem. The problem of the mosquito will be small. The problem of the elephant will be big. The Brahman's problem. So my problem is, as people recognize you, why people don't recognize me? Because I am also Brahman. You are not the only one Brahman. I am also Brahman. You could laugh. I was very serious. That is the tragedy of my life. When there is a joke, you can't laugh. See? And then he said, anyway, can you give me some tips? How people will come to know that I am realized? Now tell me, what can you do with such people? Therefore, friends, who am I? We don't have to tell anybody. That is our direct experience. And this experience does not involve any other means of knowledge. And therefore, the simple mathematics is being is knowing and knowing is being. Truth is one. So, ekachintanat nashametyadaha. Therefore, if you want to practice this ekachintana nashametyadaha, sit quiet and disappear. Not in sleep. When you don't want anything, because you are complete. Withdrawal happens effortlessly, although we are in the midst of everything, yet nothing will ever touch us. That is the meaning, ekachintanat nasham iti adaha. So this mind is destroyed completely. Now this mind has become like the mirror. How important it is to understand. After this is done, now what is the position of that Mahatma? Nashta manasaha utkrishta yoginaha. So that yogi who is utkrishta, the best. See? Not the one, chittavritti nirodha. Nashta manasaha. He is very simple, average, not extraordinary, but He is non-reactionary. Because this is what he has learnt and experienced. When we look at anything, what goes on in the mind, if you inquire and find out, first of all, when we look at the things, we start seeing the qualities of the things, utility, etc. That leads to the desire. That leads to the action. This technique is used by the telemarketing. At 11 o'clock or so, when all the people at home have gone out, the children to the school, the husband to the work, everything, and the ladies are only Maharani at home. They start the TV. And that time the things come. Channel 18. And then today's new kitchen gadgets. And then they will be telling, this gadget is such that if you do this thing, you can cut so many things in no time. And it is actually MRP is 21,000 rupees. But if you call this number and order right now, 2,100 rupees. Now this lady gets mad. Oh God, what a discount. The same person is telling both the things. But this lady gets involved. And thereafter, anyway, I always saved money. Such call will never go a missed call or wrong call. You will get perfectly. And next day the material comes. Now be attentive. First, when she did not know, no desire. What is the root of desire? First, janati, knows. Thereafter, we reflect on that, whatever we know. This is useful, this is nice, this is required, I don't have this thing. Without this thing, what is the life? Therefore, I must have it. This process in the mind is projection aspect. And this together is called as desire. Now, when the desire pressure develops in the mind, it leads to the action. So, janati, ichchati, and then karoti. But if janati, na ichchati, how important it is. Therefore, nashtamanasaha, the yogi who is now no more having any projections about anything or anybody in this world. See, friends. Otherwise, we start imagining, and then, I think in my village, another example from Kuwait, one of my Punjabi friend. I used to go those days before the war, Kuwait and Bahrain. So he told me, Swamiji, I want to start a school in my name, that means his name, in India. So give me some advice. I said, first of all, don't start. What your money you have, there are many good schools, but for shortage of funds, they are unable to achieve what they want to. So you shortlist whichever way you want to do it, and then provide that material. That could be the best thing. No. I said, Hari Ichha. He came to our Dehradun, the area between Dehradun and Rishikesh. So he went in a car and all that. And you will see there in a hilly area, gents are useless. They don't do any work. So 5, 6 people were gossiping and having tamaku or afim or something like that. माफ करना भैया, यहाँ हमको जमीन लेनी है स्कूल के लिए. हम कुवैत से आए हैं. So all of them look at it. बकरा आ गया. And then, aye, please come. Actually, you are so lucky, but more than you, we are lucky. We are all in dire need of money. We wanted to sell our property. So we can send our children for education in the other countries, but we are thinking about it. God has sent you, so your project will be done, our children will be educated. Then all papers done, everything done, and legally, and money transferred and everything. After a month, when he goes there, he comes to know everything was 100% fake. More than 70, 80 lakhs of rupees gone. He gave Swamiji, yes. What happened? You tell me what happened. Why this happened? Because you didn't listen to me. My name. I want to have the school in my name. Friends, when God wants you to keep away, like when the children are troubling the mother, she wants to keep them away. What she does, give some toys, give something to eat, keep away, yaar. Let me sleep for half an hour. Exactly the same way, what God does to keep these people away, don't eat my head. Then you start school. And now he's busy. God is at peace, thank God. Anything you want to do in this world, you are victimized by your own mind. Therefore, our Mahamantra, nothing to do, nowhere to go. One person told me, Swamiji, if you say like this thing, you studied in the ashram, isn't it? If there were no ashram, then where would you have studied? I said, look here, understand properly. What I said, I don't want to do. Others want to do, I'll come and enjoy. I'm not telling others should not do. Let them do it. My approach is, who am I? Not who others are. It's not my problem. Therefore, Nashtamanasaha, he is Utkrishta Yogi. Utkrishta Yogi. There cannot be more achievement in the yoga abhyas than you transcend this projection aspect of your mind. When we take drinks and drugs, we stop the perception aspect of the mind. But the projection aspect of the mind is conquered by understanding, not by drinks and drugs. See, my friends, you have to understand properly. In Jaipur, before coming here, after my talks were over, on the last day, one man came, did namaskar, prasad, etc., and he was holding and crying. I said, come on, yaar, enough, don't cry too much, and don't wet my feet. So he got up, Swamiji, I don't know how to thank you. I said, don't thank if you don't know. No, I want to tell you, 1 week before, I came out of the house to go and commit suicide in the morning. Brahma Murtha. And when I came, I saw your banner that you have got lectures in this temple. I don't know why, but when I looked at you, I thought, let me go and listen what he says. And then I have been listening all your lectures. And you have saved me from this Atmahatya. Now tell me, what has happened is only the projection aspect of his mind. Because of this is bad, I can't do anything, I don't have money, I have to do this thing, that thing, it is better to die. This was the projection of the mind given in a particular situation. And it cannot be stopped by drinks and drugs. It can be corrected by only proper understanding. See, my friends, therefore, again and again we have to recognize this. Don't be mechanical in your spiritual pursuit. So, nashta manasaha utkrishta yoginaha. Then, krutyam asti kim? So, what he has to do? What he has to achieve? Because all the problems are because of the mind. And the mind is destroyed. Thereafter, life is lived through him. He is no more anybody who is living the life. And how it will be lived? Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. See, all the great masters, they did not go here and there. Wherever they are, they were happy there. You take great saints like Tukaram Maharaj. He was a rich person, a great, what you call, Saukar of his time, and he was doing everything. He has two wives. One was having problem, the second one, and then one other also died. And he continued his bhajan kirtan. He never left anything. He was very much living. Initially, if you see his writings, they are crying this, that, and toward the end, when he has reached this thing, then his writings are Anuraniya evada, Tuka Akasha evada. Anoho aniyan mahato mahiyan. See? Atma sa janto nihito guhayam tamakratuhu pashyati vitashogaha. Friends, only by proper understanding the wrong notions can be corrected. Wrong notions are the cause of samsara. Our notions are born after body identification. Then we become mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife. And those who are suffering are these entities who do not exist. Therefore, Nashtamanasa Utkrishta Yogina Krutyamasti Kim. Now what he has to do? Nothing. There is one lady, she was asking me, Swamiji, my son was having, one girlfriend in America. This lady is in India. And for 5 years they were going together. But now he doesn't want to get married to her. Swamiji, what should I do? I said, you get married. But why he is not getting married? I said, you are concerned for the boy or the girl? Let me think. Do you think such people, you can even talk anything sense? Don't get involved beyond limits with anybody. All your nears and dears are valid only when you are identified with the body. Husband and wife sleeping together, both in deep sleep. That husband who dares not look at the wife, how can he snore so loudly? Where from that courage comes? Because no more identified with the body, no more husband, therefore happy. And therefore this simple technique I told you. If you are happy because your wife is great, your contribution is zero. If you are happy, even if she is a Mahakali and yet you are happy, you are a realized husband. See, friends. But instead of that, the husbands want to improve their wife. They all the time condemn her. She is so useless, बेवकूफ, समझ में नहीं आता what to do. Yes, definitely she is बेवकूफ. Had she been wise, she will never marry you. See, my friends, Nashtamanasaha. Now mind is gone. Meaning what? Now the mind has stopped old habit. Projection, comment, evaluation, suggestion, comparison. These three things, if we consciously stop, see, your mind will be gone. Number one, past is dropped. Don't talk about your past. Worry is gone. Don't try to solve the non-existing problem. Present, stop comparisons. Mind disappears. Swamiji, I think same thing you told in Sedona, going in the past. Mind is born. Therefore, Krityamasthi Kim, there cannot be anything left for him to be achieved in life because Swasthitim Yataha. Yataha, because Swasthitim. He has discovered his essential nature. Who am I? Is complete. Swasthitim. See, in their earlier shloka, in the 10th shloka, we were told, Hrusthale mana swasthata kriya bhakti yoga bodhascha nishchitam. So this yoga has now taken him to manaha hrusthale swasthata. The mind has gone back to the source, and therefore here krityamastik is nothing to be achieved, nothing to be protected. This principle is brought out in the path of devotion by Bhagavan Krishna when he says that Ananya Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. Those who are Ananya Chintayanto Mam, those who recognize themselves as not separate from me, Ananya, not Anya, one with the divine. Ananya Chintayanto. Ye Jana Paryupasate. This is not only during meditation, 24/7 Paryupasate. Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam. We can be eternally one only with eternity. We cannot be eternally one with the body. Body is temporary. Friends, Nityabhiyuktanam, Bhagavan says, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. Now, what is Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham? Yoga is what we do not have that we want to get. Kshema is whatever we have that we have to protect. Yoga Kshema. Bhagavan says, when you are one with me, then you will never have the worries of getting this or protecting this, because the mind is now dissolved in the divine, although functioning through the body. Therefore, rule is Karnataka. This example which I am giving you, don't simply hear that, but get the crux of that example. When a man acts as a woman on the stage, he is performing so well that nobody can recognize that he is a man. Even that time also, he never forgets that he is a man. Exactly the same way. We all have to play different roles in our life. Play the role. And after the role is over, change the clothes. But we get so much entangled in that. Nobody can help us. Dashtamanasaha utkrishta yoginaha krityamasti kim swasthitim yataha. Because he is the one with the divine. Swasthitim. This is was swasthata. Be one with your own self. So in the 16th mantra, the teacher says, Drishyavaritam chittam, that mind which is Drishyavaritam, where objectivity is dissolved. In the language of our J. Krishnamurti, objectless awareness. Drishyavaritam chittam. Bhagavan Shankaracharya, he says, Chittam chitcha vijaniyat takara rahitam yada takaro vishayadhyasaha japa ragau yatha mano. If you write in Sanskrit chitta, how do we write? Chi rasva matra chi, and half the and full the chitta, not the Punjabi one. Mera satta chitta ananda ru. No, not like that. Sat chit ananda. The ta is halant. So, takara rahitam yada. From this word chitta, the complete ta is removed. So, what remains? Chit. So, chittam chitcha vijaniyat takara rahitam yada. Now, what is the takara? Ta, takaro vishayadhyasa. The illusion of objectivity taken as real. We see ourselves in the mirror objectively. The dog looks into the mirror, he also sees his reflection objectively. But we don't take the objective perception of our image as real, the dog takes it. Therefore, takaro vishaya adhyasa, it appears but doesn't exist. This is what we told in other words. Perception followed by no projection is our mind like a mirror. Therefore, drishyavaritam chittam, when the objectivity from the mind is erased, what remains is objective awareness. Objectless awareness, not objective. Objectless awareness. So, drishyavaritam chittam. And how can we get rid of this drishya? Only by one technique, vishaya adhyasa. Adhyasa means adhihi asa. The fools recognize that it is real. That is the meaning of adhyas. See? Drishyavaritam chittam. Then atmanaha chitva darshanam. The net result is we come to recognize our only conscious presence. Therefore, any experience that we take, in that experience, a triputi is created. This is a mic, step number 1. I know this is a mic, step number 2. But I am not the mic, step number 3. So, as long as this triputi is valid, we are caught up in the mind. So, what is to be done? Experiencing the objectivity and not getting influenced by the objectivity is spiritual practice. This mic is good, very nice, very handy. Should I buy it? Samsara begins. Vishaya dhyasa. Therefore, drishyavaritam chittam atmanaha chitva darshanam. This is what we call objectless awareness. Objectless awareness doesn't mean we have become blind. World will be experienced as it is, but as we were getting mad earlier after the things and beings, now we don't. And this we all experience. If you remember your childhood, how much we were getting mad after small little things. Marbles. One old lady met me somewhere. Swamiji, do you remember when you were a small boy, 6, 7 years? I used to come to your house and you were playing marbles and you were fighting for marbles. I said, maybe then. Now, I have come from America, so I have got lot of marbles for you. What will be my interaction? Amma, I really want marbles, but not this. Then I want marble in my bathroom. The word marble is which destroys your strength. Marble. Whole life. So when we were children, how mad we were after the things. But as we grow, now the things are there. We neither want them nor we hate them. Rising above the mind is going beyond likes and dislikes. When we start disliking something, it is equally detrimental as liking. What is our life? Prompted, governed by the likes and dislikes. Whatever we like, we run after that. Whatever we don't like, we run away from that. See, my friends, nobody can help us on the spiritual path but your own commitment to know who am I. Everything else can, should, must essentially wait. This cannot wait. Therefore, always remember, today is our last day of life. This is what I do my spiritual practice. Whenever I go anywhere, I start counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, day after tomorrow, we are going. I have already packed my bag. I know I have to go. Nobody's house is so nice. And then that swimming pool is also there. After this is over, can we stay here for 1 year? Samsara begins. Such a small thing like a house. We stay for a few days, we become so attached. This Navadware Pure Dehi, this house with 9 gates, staying, how much we are attached to that. Therefore, Drishyavaritam Chittam Atmanaha Chitva Darshanam. Do not give too much importance to the objective things in life. They are all necessary. But they are not all. Then what for they are? They are for time pass. Drishyavaritam Chittam Atmanaha Chitva Darshanam, and that itself is Tattva Darshanam. Now see the two words, Chit and Tat, Tattva. Now be attentive. These words, when you understand according to Sanskrit, it becomes very deep understanding. See, in English, let us say, there are words like lazy, laziness, fool, foolishness. That ness aspect is associated in Sanskrit with the suffix twa. Twa means ness. So, tattva. Tat is Paramatma. Tat means what? Tanoti iti tat. That which expands into everything is Paramatma. And therefore, tat means tat lamp, tat mirror, tat camera, tat man. Everything is indicated by tat. It is a sarvanam. It is a proper, a common noun. In the same manner, Paramatma is alone expanded, and Paramatma alone is everything. That tat, twa, that truth is now recognized as one's own being. Therefore, tattva darshanam, chitva and tattva, they are not two. Therefore, knowing and being are exclusively one. So, chitva darshanam, tadeva tattva darshanam. Therefore, where knowing and being are separate, it is samsara. Where knowing and being are one, that is the real meaning of I. Therefore, this question is not valid. Suppose somebody asks me, do you know this co-pilot? Pilot, I don't know. I have never been flying aeroplanes. You don't know co-pilot? I don't know. Okay. Do you know yourself? Will I say yes or no? I'll keep quiet. You don't know yourself. I know about this. I'll tell you an event. I was in a flight from London to Bombay, 8 9 hours flight. So sometime after 3 4 hours, I went to the bathroom and standing there talking to those air hostesses, took some tea again and some bites. And one man came and he asked me, "You are Swami? Swami?" I said, "Any objection?" "You are Swami?" Then he looked behind. His wife was watching him. From her expressions, these must be the dialogues going on in her mind. "Come here. You don't understand how to talk. Come." So he went. Duk, duk, duk. Then she got up and she came. "Excuse me. Excuse me. Do you know Swami Anubhavananda? He looks exactly like you." So I said, "Yes, no." "Yes, no?" I said, "Yes, no. I know because, yes, but I don't know. As you know him, someone other than you." See, friends. So, do I know myself? Yes, no. I know because I am. But I don't know as you know me. Meaning that experience where knowing and being is one, that is the real I. So who am I? Where knowing and being merges, that experience is our essential nature. This is what Bhagavan says here. Drishyavaritam chittam atmana chitva darshanam. The chitva darshanam tattva darshanam. So knowing and being are not two. See, my friends, this is the ultimate. We have to work on this. And how to work on this? There is only one way. Look at the world, like Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, asanga shastrena drudena chitva. Asanga shastrena drudena chitva means what? What you have to do to destroy the reflection in the mirror. Only recognition of the illusion as an illusion is the only way to get out of the impact of illusion. Till such time, we take this world as real. When we take this world as real, when we take ourselves to be body, you can do nothing about it. You suffer. Therefore, again and again we have to recognize this. Who is disturbed? Who is wanting this or that? There is somebody at the root of every thought. If there is nobody, no thoughts. No thoughts, no desires. No thoughts, no actions. No thoughts, all bliss. Drishyavaritam chittvamatmanah. Drishyavaritam chittamatmanah chittva darshanam tattva darshanam. Therefore, knowing and being are not two, they are the one. This is what we have to ultimately understand. Now, up to this point, karma, upasana, and yoga, we have seen how all three of them are ultimately aimed at finding out who am I. All other things can be just secondary. Like when we take food, some achar is there. In somebody's house, I was taking food, and I said, "Hey, come on, achar nahi hai kya? No pickles?" "Yes, yes, Swamiji, we have got pickle." And when the pickle was given, "Ah, see, अब खाने में जान आ गई." Thank God she didn't understand. Ignorance is bliss. So, we have to very clearly understand real spiritual life is this. We come back to our own place. Karma or upasana or yoga. All of them are aimed at finding out who am I. You cannot go and ask anybody. If you ask others, what they'll say, who am I? Beokuf. Next. After this, main question is raised. We are all the time talking about mind, mind, mind. Mind full of ragadvesha. Therefore, Ishwararpitam Nechaya Krutam. Let the ragadvesha not influence you. Then your mind will not disturb you. Okay. Then upasana. The mind runs here and there objectively. Therefore, do the japa and then do the dhyanam and then sarala chintanam virataha param. It is not only half an hour, 24 hours you should be in meditation, working on the mind. The karma is working on the mind, the upasana is working on the mind, and the yoga is also working on the mind. Now the question is, that mind which is troubling all of us, let us find out. What? Manasam tu kim margane krute. Find out this mind which is troubling us so much. What is this mind? Manasam tu kim margane krute. When you inquire in this manner, what will be the result? Naiva manasam. Are yaar, there is no mind. Where is the mind? Show the mind. Naiva manasam. This path is marge arjavan. Arjavan, simple and straight. You don't have to struggle. In karma, there is a struggle. In upasana, there is a struggle. In yoga, there is a terrible struggle. Now, this path, inquiry, very straight away tells us, without any difficulty, naiva manasam. We are trying to solve the problem which doesn't exist. Find out what is the mind. Show the mind. Where is the mind? When we sleep, where is the mind? When we are angry, does the mind come out like any pustule? The mind bahar aa raha. Work on it. What is mind? Then we will come to know. Through this example, it will be easy. If there is darkness and bulb is there, electricity is there, but you have not switched on. Darkness. So the contents are there in the house, but we can't see them in the absence of the light. See? But when we switch on, then the light comes. When the light comes, the contents which are there, they are seen. If there are 4 or 5 bulbs, are there 4 or 5 lights? Light is only one. In place of the bulbs, keep our bodies. Bodies are many. Life is one. I am hungry, you are hungry. I am happy, you are happy. Just example. See, friends. So what is the difference? But what happens? In the light, differences are seen. And then we get identified with those differences. From there onward, mind is born. So that knowledge which talks of supports, justifies, and establishes differences, that knowledge is mind. And the light which is coming from the bulb and falling on my face. In fact, if you inquire in a deep manner, we don't see anything actually. What you are seeing is the light which is reflected on my beautiful face. It's not a joke, it's a beautiful. Even a monkey thinks his face is beautiful. I am a human being. See, friends. So what we are seeing is not the light, but reflected light. Between that bulb and my face, there is a light also in between, is it not? Do we see that? We don't see. We see only reflected light. Mind is reflected consciousness. And in the reflected light, whatever is seen, that is taken as real. If there is no reflected light, things cannot be seen. See, friends. Therefore, when the mind is closed, as in deep sleep, there is no reflected light, but the light is there, life is there. So, reflected life is mind, and for the reflection to happen, something has to be there. And that is the mind. Therefore, if we clearly understand this thing, that whatever is seen by us is not the object that we see. Our mind goes and consumes that object included in the mind. That which is included in the mind, that alone exists for us. That which is not included in our mind doesn't exist for us. And this mind is not available all the time. See, friends. So, manasam tu kim margane krute. Mind is not real. Mind is just a manifestation, abhivyakti, not the vyakti. If one bulb is in a temple, other is in a toilet, there are also questions. Swamiji, why this temple is in this bulb is in the temple and other bulb is in the toilet? Why somebody is born in a poor family, somebody is born in a rich family? Why? Now we have to reply. See, this bulb, which is in the temple, must have done lot of good deeds in the past life. Therefore, he is in the temple. What about the other bulb in a toilet? Mahapapi, terrorist, druggist. Oh, therefore he is in the toilet. Okay. By the time this is was talked, the bulb in the temple fused. Swamiji, what happened? Bhagwan likes good people. But now what to do? Let us remove the light from the toilet and fix in the temple. We have to do something. But how come this light from the toilet has come to the temple? कोई पुण्य ऊपर आ गए होंगे. अरे बेवकूफो. Hey friends, our understanding of satsanga is like what? Somebody sent me a very good WhatsApp. One person went to a satsanga like you all have come. And Babaji told, see, मीठा मीठा बोलो घर की सभी समस्या शांत हो जाएगी. And that lady went home. took the jhadu, and she was cleaning everything. Mitha, 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 mitha. And husband was sitting, his feet were there. She became angry. दिखता नहीं क्या ऊपर ऊपर मीठा मीठा. That is our understanding of satsang. And therefore we suffer and others enjoy. So manasam tu kim margade krute naiva manasam marga arjavat. Now how to do the inquiry? What is mind? That is the next theme. The concluded theme of this Who Am I? That we will take in our tomorrow's class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.